Hey YouTube, this is Team Hazvac doing a deck profile on the BUJIN'S or the wargods from the latest pack, Judgment of the Light. And well, I got most of the cards, so I do have some proxies, but you know, you can't get everything on the sneak peek. So let's go ahead and dive right in here. Obviously, starting off with two proxies. They're Fire Fist Bears. I don't have them just because no one at my local shop has them, and I have to wait pretty much till regionals to get them. Or I can just buy them on eBay, except I'm not really too interested in buying anything. And then we got two Effect Veilers. Effect Veilers, you know, obviously pretty good. One, the Bujini Warg. It says when it's in defense position, face-up Bujin monsters I control cannot be destroyed by card effects. The only reason why I'm running one of him is because I don't have two Bujini Quillins. I would run two Quillins and none of this guy, except I only got one of him, and I've been playing around, so it's pretty good. So one Warg, and then Quillin. If I control a face-up Beast Warrior Bujin monster, I can banish it from my graveyard to destroy a face-up card they control. So pretty much Yamato is the only one that allows me to use his effect. And also it's at 1600, so I would run two of him. And then we got two Bujini Ophidian. During my main phase, I can send it to the graveyard and target one face-up Bujin monster I control, and it can attack my opponent directly. The way I've been playing it is if I have OTK in hand, and I would just send both of them to target two guys I control, and then I would use Crane in combo because it doubles the original attack. So it's pretty much double the original attack and attack direct. So that's why I like him. Two Bujini Turtles. 3 is pretty much just deck clogging, but I like it at 2. But it's pretty much there because if a card or card effect targets one of my face-up Bujin monsters, I can just banish it from the graveyard to negate it. And that's it. It doesn't destroy it, but it negates that effect, so it's a waste. And then I'm doing 3 Bujini Crane. Like I said, it's the guy that doubles the original attack of a face-up Bujin monster I control. And with Yamato, you just summon Yamato, add it to and just end your turn and add it to hand. So your opponent knows that you're sitting on double attack, but sometimes they'll mess up and say attack, and you can go, okay, damage calculation, drop Crane. It doubles the attack. And also, because it's damage calculation, they can't use like Utopia's effect or anything to negate the attack because it is damage calculation. And if it's not a counter trap or a card that changes the attack and defense of a monster, you can't run it, or you can't activate it. And then 3 Yamato. I couldn't get that third one because someone traded for a rooster, but it's okay because I can probably get one here in the next couple of weeks or so whenever it comes out. But it's the only Beast Warrior Bujin monster right now, so you have to have 3 of him. And like I said, during the end phase, you can add a Bujin monster from your deck to your hand. So you just go, like, part of my OTK is I have 2 Yamatos, and I keep adding Bujin Crane from my deck to my hand. So when they attack, okay, drop Crane in 3600. So he gets over a lot of things. But that's pretty much for the monsters. So let's move right into the traps here. One Solemn Warning. You don't need Judgment. One Ultimate Offering. I don't like it because, well, you only really need Bujin Yamato on the field, so I would probably take that out for like a breakthrough skill or something else. That's a proxy for a breakthrough skill, but 2 breakthrough skills, you only really need 2, and it's pretty much an effect veiler on either player's turn. So, and then it has that second negation effect. So you pretty much run in 6 effect veilers in your deck because you can use that twice. One Bujin Fidel, it says tribute a Bujin monster I control and special summon a Bujin monster with a different name from my graveyard. So you can summon a Bujin Turtle and activate it and then get your Bujin Yamato. And then if it would be targeted, you can go OK Turtle effect, negate. 2 Torrential Tributes, just because. 2 Dimensional Prisons. You don't really need that much like anti-attack cards like Mirror Force, Dimensional Prison, Sakuretsu Armor, just because you have 3 Cranes. But 2 Dimensional Prisons, just because it doesn't destroy, it banishes. So if your opponent has like Stardust or something, you prison it. So that's why that's there. And then 2 Bujin Reglia, the Sword. It says target a Bujin monster in my graveyard, add to my hand, or target a banished Bujin monster and send it to my graveyard. So you banish Quillen, activate it, put it back in your graveyard, use Quillen's effect again, or you can add your Bujin Yamato, because you run through your Yamatos pretty quickly. And then 3 Compulses, just because Compulse is pretty much a really hated card in this format, just because it doesn't destroy, it bounces, so it pisses a lot of people off. And then this is XYZ Encore. That came out of the Judgment of the Light. What it says okay, well I'm just going to sum it up because it's a really long effect, but it says pretty much target a XYZ my opponent controls that has materials on it, return it to their extra deck, and obviously the materials go to the graveyard. The catch is special summon the XYZ materials from their graveyard to your opponent's side of the field. They each -1 level. So with Elemental Dragons, they go for Draco Sack, you Encore it, and you special summon their E-Dragons in defense mode, but they're not level 7s anymore, they're level 6s. So it's better than a Heraldry Record, because Heraldry Record's really not that good. And then this is a Bujin Carnation, just 1. Rise of the Bujin, pretty much. It has a Cyber Dragon effect. My opponent controls a monster and I don't. Target a Bujin monster in my graveyard and one of my banished Bujin monsters. Special summon both targets. They cannot be used as an XYZ material for an XYZ summon except for the XYZ summon of a beast, beastware, or winged beast type monster. So obviously you can go into the Bujini Shishano, but we'll talk about Shishano here in a little bit. But Trinity, just because you don't run MST in this deck, because in this format back row is really not a problem, and plus you're running Bujin Turtle, so if it would be targeted, it doesn't matter. 2 Lances. I was running 3. I really liked it, except I had to make room for Bujin Quillen and Bujin Carnation because I forgot to put those in when I first put it. But 2 Lances. And then last 3 5 formation tankies. So you search out your Bujin Yamato and you just go from there. A proxy for Ally Justice Cataster. 2 Maelstrokes. Let me see. Yeah. 2 Maelstroke Djinn Maelstroke Masters, just because. And then most of the stuff's in my other decks, but I'm just playing around right now. This is 2 Gaga Cowboys, just because you burn them. Like I said, they're in other decks, but I forgot to put them in here. And then 2 Bujin Shishano Wows. Only reason why you run 2 and not 3 is because you can only have 1 face up on the field at a time, so you can't have multiples. 1 Tiger King, just because you can go in the bear. 2 Steel Swarm Roach. 1 Crazy Box. 1 Pearl. 1 Ice Beast, because you can get it out. 1 Shockmaster, and 1 Die Sigma.